What's going on, friends? Sean Don coming back with a technical analysis. Here we have the newest grip and rip remote coaching athlete, Guy Hamasaki. I've done some analyses for Guy, I think back in the day. I think I've done two earlier this year, and then I think even last year, 2 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. But yeah, I'm going to be working with Guy with month-to-month programming, throws programming, as I help him kind of get better and work his way through the transfer portal and find him a dope-ass collegiate squad to go throw for. So it's here to help you achieve your goals. So, ooh, Siri, what are you doing? But yeah, before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know if you're interested in online throws programming, throws coaching, lifting programming, whatever you need, go check out my website, gripandrip.co. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, shoot me a DM on Instagram at SDThrows. Go to the contact form on the website, and we can work something out and fit your needs. So don't be afraid to reach out, and let's get to work. All right, like I said, I'm here to help you guys achieve your goals, live a better life, whatever it is. I just want to help. So yeah, let's take a look. I have two throws here, Guy. You sent me quite a few, and the good news is they all look pretty similar for the most part. This was a better throw. All right, a little smooth finish. Take one more look at that. A little bit better connection. All right. So that's a better throw. All right. Just want to let you know you're not doing the worst. You know, you're doing all right. But this is not the one I want to review. That is this one. All right. So you have a lot of the same tendencies in your throws, and where the last one was a better throw where you got through the throw, stayed grounded, had a good finish. This throw, I think, was the most extreme example of things that went wrong. So I think this is going to be the best place to start for you to really give you an idea of like what's going wrong in your throw and how do we fix it. As you said in your questionnaire, you're right-sided, which to me, I'm assuming you're talking from camera view. So if your coach is looking and watching, they're talking about your right side from their perspective, but I like to talk from your own perspective. So like when I watch your throws, it looks like you are very left-sided, meaning that left shoulder is pulling back and it's quite tight. Let me clear out my throat, a little sip of coffee. But yeah, it just looks like that left side's very tight and impatient. And like based on some of your weight room numbers, that's kind of it makes sense to, you know, bench 385, shoulders, body, hips, probably just a little bit tight. So it'll just got a lot of extra tension in the body. So our goal for you is going to be to get you to relax and feel some stretch and just make things a little bit easier. So now that we're 3 minutes into the video, let's finally start breaking it down and getting into it. So two winds, 4 turns, starting square at what I would assume would be back of the circle. So first wind, as you can see, this first preliminary swing, not super aggressive, but you do bring it up to, let's say the ball's about, you know, head height, chest height, and then as you bring the ball back, you get a lot of swing back here too. With you being a shorter thrower, I think a great technical model for you would be Quentin Bigot, the French guy. Go look him up on Instagram. He's a little bit shorter, and I think he has a very, very solid idea of technique. And our goal is to try to get you to have that same sort of stretch and effortlessness and rhythm and all that stuff in your throw. So the first thing of that is the ball comes up quite high back behind you. So there's a lot of movement in the throw already. And you can see as you bring your hands around, it's all right. A little tight to the body, but then you get it out right as the ball starts to come to zero. As you can see, your hands come to zero, you reach out. And then one thing that I see here is that your legs are straight. All right, not a huge deal, but I would like to see a little bit more of an athletic position, at least as we go through, you know, the second one into entry. A little straight, a little stiff-legged here. As you can see, you step out just a tiny bit. Your hips are underneath you. You open up well back to the right. Connecting pretty early with the ball. This camera angle is a little bit tough with the, you know, kind of camera being down on the ground. It's quite hard to see kind of the level of things, vertically speaking, I guess. But it does look like your hands are a little bit down by your hips. Not a bad thing. And you get a little more step out, get a little bit more impulse into the ball. Hips forward, reaching back, opening up pretty well. And then the entry, I think, is where a lot of your issues are caused. I did notice one thing when we play your video at full speed and you can hear the sound. It does sound like you're very tense in terms of your breathing. You're very tight, like kind of bracing and all that stuff. Our goal is to get you to be able to relax and not have to brace so hard. Because I think what happens here is you have a lot of tension in your body right here. You can see from your left foot up to your left shoulder, there's a lot of separation between your feet, hips, upper body, all that stuff, which is good. But then it looks like you really start to force it as you go to enter the ball. You're setting it up, and then right here, it looks like you're really pushing hard, I guess, where it looks like you're like, all right, pushing that right hand, whatever your cue might be. But it just looks very forced instead of flowy and easy and rhythmic, like a hammer throw should be. But in terms of positions, as the ball goes through zero, you can see, I think you do a toe turn, right? Yeah, you toe turn. Your left side, so like let's say right here, all right? Your left side should be stable. So left shoulder, hip, knee, foot. This left side axis, quote unquote, should be stable as the ball goes through zero, if not even further as the ball goes through your left toe. So as you can see, we leave my mouse right here and we scrub through it, your left side shifts back. So you're already kind of pulling that left side back to start. Like I said, it's kind of forcing it with that right hand push, that left side pulling back. So what I kind of want you to do is think about sweeping the ball a little bit longer to your right towards 270. And then from there, you just got to be a little bit more patient, have a little bit more stability in the body. So use this right leg to stabilize that left side. Like I said, it's shifting back, pulling back, and it just looks a little bit tight. And if we look at even this angle right here of, let's say, the arms and then the wire, I like to see a perfectly straight line from the shoulders all the way out to the ball. So you can see the ball's up a little bit here, which means there's some tension in the hands or in the arms pulling down on the ball, just tension in the body, which is a reaction to a lot of things. So, but as the ball goes around the left, you're just shortening, you're pulling that left side back around the left. As you go through single support, your right hip is a little bit behind, your right side's a little bit behind. So like most of this throw right from the start is the left side working. As you can see, your right side's kind of just turning at the mercy of the ball. It's not really working with it, stepping to it or anything like that. Shoulders, hips, kind of level, not a big deal right now. As you go to catch, the ball's just a little bit short around that left side. So you gotta, like I said, stabilize that left side and get the ball longer out around the left. Because when you step into this catch, it's not bad, but it doesn't look like there's a bunch of tension or separation, so the tendency is going to be for this left side to pull back even more. You ground that heel before the ball gets to zero, which is good. This position isn't actually that bad. Level shoulders, level hips, you're with the ball. But I think the way that the system is already set up, meaning your rotation through the throw, your connection to the ball, you're already kind of left side dominant. And then same sort of thing. Once this left heel grounds, you want to stabilize. And even then, yeah, I guess it does look like that left heel does get down a little bit late. It gets down just as the ball reaches zero. I'd like to see the left heel ground a little bit sooner, probably about here or so, 30, 45 degrees before zero. Gives the body more of a, I guess, nervous system sort of signal to stabilize, or it feels more stable, I suppose. When you ground that left heel a little bit late, your body's not going to feel stable. So this left side's already pulling back again. And then you can see you're really sitting back away from the hammer pretty heavy here. Ball's going to be short around the left. Right hip's getting a little bit more into it. You can see this left shoulder starting to climb up a little bit compared to the right shoulder, especially when you look at the level of the hips, where I want to see the level of the hips and the level of the shoulders kind of parallel, where that left hip's down a little bit, but then that left shoulder's up a little bit. So as you go into the catch, a little bit over rotational, feet coming back to even, a little bit of separation here, but not a ton. It doesn't look like the ball, like I said, is really getting longer enough around the left, and it's not really growing forwards towards the sector at all. You got to find some pulse. As you go through this turn, left heel grounds a little bit sooner, but then you can see same sort of thing. When that left side should be a little bit more stable as the ball gets through zero, it starts to shift back. your right hip's starting to get up into it more, but by that point, that left shoulder is kind of sabotaging everything. So it's your body's trying to do the right thing in terms of getting that hip up into it, but that left side just pulling back too soon. There's just a lot of tension, early action with that left side. So then ball shorter on the left, and then you come around and you catch a little bit late, not a bunch of tension, and then once the system is in motion, momentum, that left side just going to continue to take over kind of every turn. It's hard to kind of get out of that kind of pattern. Left heel grounds earlier now, so now we're getting it. There we go. Decent line of force up through that right leg, up through that right shoulder, or left shoulder, sorry. But then same sort of thing. Left side pulling back a little bit. Hips getting up into it, but you're kind of leaning back hard against the ball here. You can see the orbit kind of starting to shift. That high point's coming around to that left sector line. And you see this right leg get really wide and weird, kind of, I think they call it cowboying. Getting wide with that right leg. So that right side's not really connected because that left side's kind of so far ahead. And then you go to catch. And now you have, I guess in terms of where the ball's at, it's not late. But if you look at the separation of the hips and the shoulders and where the ball's at, there's not much separation here. So you catch and you can't land sort of late with not a lot of tension. So then your tendency is going to be to pull that left side, as you can see is what happens right here. And then you don't quite finish the turn. So, yeah. Just to give a quick run through of the better looking throw. Let's take a look at that one more time. Things are a little bit better here. Better stability in entry, slightly. But then it's going to be kind of the same sort of thing. That left side kind of takes over. That right leg's with it better here overall, but still some disconnection of that left side wants to go early, and those arms just kind of look tight. You get that wide right leg going into that last turn again. And then you're able to find some stability by kind of chance, I guess. So, yeah, just some differences between the two. But, yeah, the biggest thing is going to be that left side just going kind of early. So we really got to work on your entry and your ability to just relax and let the ball kind of stay in its natural orbit. So, more than excited to help you work this stuff out. So, let me know if you have any questions. We'll, of course, have plenty of text correspondence over the next few months, even over the next 6 months, who knows. But, yeah, happy to help you out. And if anybody else out there would like technical analysis or any online throws programming or throws coaching, hit me up. Like I said, go to my website, gripandrip.co. Go to the coaching services page. If you have any questions, go to the contact page, shoot me an email, or shoot me a DM on Instagram at SDThrows. So thank you for watching. Until next time, Sean Dodd signing off. Goodbye.